We are very, very fortunate to have Ajahn Kovido joining us and giving us the very precious Buddha Dhamma's teachings. I will introduce Bhante a bit. Longta Kovido is a highly experienced meditator in the Thai forest tradition and an excellent teacher. Born in Malaysia, he lived in the UK where he obtained a PhD in physics and worked as a scientist before ordaining as a Theravada Buddhist monk. After living in Thailand for several years to learn from various Thai forest masters, he is now setting up a monastery in Malaysia and is currently residing in Karak, Pahang. Longta Kovido teaches a foundational practice geared towards the mastery of the four Rupajanas, following the Samatha Trust method taught by the Thai meditation master Nai Punman Punyatero. In addition to these practices, Longta teaches contemplation, anupassana, as taught by the Buddha in the Susima Sutta, primarily the contemplation and direct experience of anicca, anatta, and dukkha, as well as dependent origination, to relinquish views, perceptions, and the consciousness of self. Without further ado, I pass the floor to Longta.
How do you switch the, is it on now? What we're going to do is start with a simple meditation technique to calm our mind down. What we are going to do is called following. We are going to learn to follow our in-breath and follow our out-breath. If you do mindfulness of the breath, it's called anapanasati. The whole purpose of practicing meditation is to develop concentration and mindfulness. That's all. Not to see heaven, not to see hell, and not even to gain enlightenment. Enlightenment comes from contemplation of Dhamma. So we're going to start with a simple meditation technique. Before we even start, we have to calm our mind down. So to calm our mind down, we're going to do a simple practice. That is to breathe in and out, and deep breath. Just imagine you're walking along a beautiful beach, and then you breathe in slowly. Breathe in with your lungs, not your stomach. So you expand your chest to breathe in. As you breathe in once and breathe out, you count that one, And this is just a relaxation. This is what I would call a resetting your mind, Your mind has been preoccupied, with whatever you're doing before you come here, whether you have a problem or whether you're stuck in your driving mode, we come here and reset the mind or reboot the mind, So what we're going to do is take in 10 deep breaths. Simple as that. Breathe in. Your longest breath you can. Breathe in slowly and breathe out the longest breath. And we count that as the one. So we start by breathing in the longest breath. Just know you're breathing in. Slowly breathe out. Hello? Okay. So as you breathe in your longest breath and breathe out your longest breath, count that as one. Okay, now that you have reset your mind, what we're going to do now is to do a little bit of meditation. So what you're going to do now is to, as you breathe in, you want to follow the breath now. Imagine the breath coming in slowly right up to the stomach there, and then follow the breath out again. That would be the longer of following. So you're learning to follow the breath. Keep your mind to this imaginary breath that you're breathing in up to that point and breathing out. Okay, so we're going to do the longer of following. We're following the breath. So you're going to do it for the 10 minutes. Okay, so start now. As you breathe in, follow this beginning of the breath right down to somewhere around the stomach. And then follow it out again. So as you follow the breath right down, notice if you pause before you breathe out again. It doesn't matter whether you pause or not, or how long you pause. But the whole idea is to keep the mind following the breath till the end of the breath, and then follow the breath out again. So when you reach to up to the nostril there, you want to check whether you pause before you breathe in again. Whether you pause or not, it is not important. But we are tricking our mind into following the breath right down to the end, or right up to the beginning, right? So that we can stay with following this breath. This breath is called the longer breath because you're breathing it right down to the point where the stomach is and breathing out again. So this point is the midpoint between your chest and the navel. Roughly around there. Most important is to learn, to practice, to follow the in-breath till its end, follow the out-breath to the beginning. You want to learn to breathe naturally. If your breath is short, you slowly breathe in, taking little bits of air. When you breathe out, you don't actually breathe out. You actually slowly let the air out, just like a balloon, an inflated balloon. You slowly let the air out. So we follow our in-breath and follow the out-breath in this longer of following. Just pay attention to following the in-breath and following the out. If your mind runs away, bring it back to following this breath. Slowly breathe in as you follow the breath. Slowly breathe out. Or slowly let the air out as you follow the air out. And this longer of following. We are learning to focus our mind to one only object. That is the breath. We are practicing mindfulness by keeping our mind just on to the breath. You are mindful that our mind is doing what we're supposed to do. We are aware whether we are following the breath or running away into thinking something else. So we build this mindfulness to look after our breath. Mindfulness guards the breath, guards our mind from running away from the breath. So that it runs away, we pull it back to pay its attention on the breath. That's what mindfulness does. It keeps checking that we are doing what we are supposed to be doing, looking after the breath. Concentration is staying with this one object, focusing on this one object. In this case, it's just this point of the breath that is moving inwards and flowing outwards. So we keep our focus, our concentration on this moving point inwards and outward. And our mindfulness see to it that we are following this breath. Our mindfulness keeps our mind to following the breath. And if it is escape, we pull it back again. We redirect our attention to the breath. So we need mindfulness to guard what we are doing, to monitor what we are doing. Without mindfulness, we are not aware of what we are doing. This mindfulness, this awareness comes from recollecting what had gone by a second ago, a split second ago. So we stay being aware of what we are doing. That is following the breath in and following the breath out. And when we are able to keep our focus on just one object, calmness is the natural state. The mind cools down. We are practicing calming the mind down. We are practicing keeping the mind on one object. We are practicing monitoring the state of our mind, monitoring the attention of our mind. We do that by recollecting what our mind has been doing a split second ago, and that's mindfulness, and that's awareness. We are aware of what we're doing, and that is following our in-breath and following our out-breath. Stay with following the breath. It doesn't matter if your mind runs away, but it does matter that you know that your mind has run away and you want to bring it back again to your object of meditation. Stay with following your in-breath and following your out. When you have, keep your mind to following your in-breath and following your out-breath. When you have, keep in mind and practice following your in-breath and following your out-breath, you are doing meditation. The result of meditation is something different. You are doing meditation when we are following the technique. The result of the meditation changes every time you do your meditation. You do your meditation, the technique doesn't change. It's simple, following the in-breath and following the out-breath. The result of meditation changes all the time. Each day will be different. each meditation will be different depending on the condition of your mind at the time you're doing your meditation. The result today is this. The result in 2 weeks' time is different. The result in 1 year's time is different. The result in 10 years' time is different again. But the technique, the practice of meditation, of following the breath, whether you do it now or 10 years later, it is still the same. So everyone can practice meditation. Practicing meditation means just following the technique. Keeping to the technique of watching the breath as you breathe in, watching the breath as you breathe out. We're not too concerned about the result of meditation. So long as we continue to practice, the result will continue to improve. So long as we continue to keep practicing the technique as taught, the result will continually improve. We are not looking after the result. We are looking after the technique. We are looking after our practice. We cannot determine the result. So whatever the results that we get, that is the result for that particular conditioning of the mind. It has nothing to do with us. It has to do with the conditioning of our mind. As we continue to practice, we develop a better conditioning of the mind. Conditioning of the mind is how much concentration that we have, how much mindfulness do we have, how restless our mind is, how much energy we have in our mind, how preoccupied our mind is. Those are the conditioning of the mind. We can improve 2 conditionings of the mind. Improve mindfulness and improve concentration. That will lead to calmness of the mind. This is within our control. Developing concentration, developing mindfulness, hence developing calmness. The others depend on the result depends on our other tendencies. Our tendencies are karma. something that we build habitually in the past, in previous lives as well. So we stay with what we can do. And that is following the technique to improve concentration, mindfulness, and calmness. That is your goal. Okay, now return to your normal breath. Finish with your practice and open your eyes. So when we practice meditation, we develop concentration and mindfulness. We use this tool to gain knowledge. And there are three different types of knowledge. First one is called Sutta Maya Panya, which is we learn from listening or from reading. That is, we come to know what the Buddha taught us. Right? We come to know the Four Noble Truths. Come to know that there is suffering. There is a cause of suffering. There is an end of suffering. There is a path to the end of suffering. Right? So we read about it. We come to know about it. So what the Buddha taught us is something called Paramata Dhamma, absolute realities. Right? So we learn the definition of what craving is. We learn the definition of what feeling is. We learn all these definitions, so we have an idea what the Buddha is talking about. And after we have all this basic knowledge, we come to the second stage of understanding this Dhamma. So we come to know that craving has a cause. There is only one cause, and that's feeling. And feeling has a cause, and there is only one cause. That is contact with the mental identity. Contact arises because there is a consciousness, there is a base of consciousness, and there is a mental identity due to the sense object. So we come to understand this knowledge, we work it out. We understand how things work. So this understanding is called Cinta Maya Panya. So it's all in our head, Definition is in our head. The connection of all these things is in our head, within our mind. It's stored in a special place called memory. So when we want to know about this, we recall what we have learned. We recall what we have understood through our analysis. So that is a third form of knowledge that comes from direct knowing. This direct knowing is knowing by the heart. Everybody knows fire is hot. If you put your hand in the fire, then your heart knows how hot the fire is. No one can explain to you how hot fire is. You can only discover for yourself and know for yourself how hot fire is by putting your hand in the fire. You can explain to a child 1,000 times, but all you have to do is take the child's hand and put it in the fire, and he doesn't need to understand anymore. He or she knows. He or she is afraid of fire. We all have studied about defilements, but we are not afraid of defilement. We are not afraid of hate in us. We are not afraid of craving arises in us. We are not afraid of attachment that is within us, because our heart truly doesn't know it. We understand the definition. Our heart does not understand. Heart can never understand. The heart can only know. When your heart is heartbroken, you know. You know the pain of a broken heart. You know the pain, the grief of losing someone. If you haven't lost anybody, you do not know. So the heart knows when you have lost what you are attached to. And that is painful. That is true suffering. Not what you learn from the text. That is paper suffering. So this Dhamma, this realities that arise in us is called innate Dhamma. It is not on the paper, it is inborn with us. Suffering is born when we lose what we are attached to. Suffering arises when we crave for something. These are all innate. These are all something we have to understand. We have to know. Not understand. We have to know. The heart needs to know this so it can feel these things. Just imagine a child not knowing about fire and playing with fire all around the house. Pretty dangerous, isn't it? It is like not really knowing the pain of suffering, the pain that can arise from attachment, and having all this craving and attachment within us. Okay, so this is what innate Dhamma is. This is the third form of knowledge that comes from direct knowing. Bhavana Maya Panya is called. And it is the most important. It is the path. We come to know Dhammas through learning that these things exist. Feelings exist. Craving exists. Attachment exists. Becoming exists. Because we learn from that. But we got to know for ourselves what is feeling, what is craving, what is attachment, what is becoming. Feeling is what you feel. Simple as that. Nothing more than that. We are human, so we feel. We feel good, we feel bad, we feel confused, we feel angry, we feel hate, we feel jealousy. All these are feelings. Sometimes you got this uncomfortable feeling, but you can't identify it. Well, you say, I had this uncomfortable feeling, but that's it. You don't have to put a label on the feeling. It is just a label. But you truly know what this feeling of jealousy does to your mind. Nobody has to tell you. You yourself know what hate does to your mind and body. That's knowing feeling, knowing the results of that comes from feeling. And you can't know dependent origination. You see that feelings progress to craving, craving progress to attachment, and attachment progresses to becoming. Okay, I'm just giving briefly, about this. That's all. Talk in a bit more detail some other time. So today we are going to directly experience this innate Dhamma through a workshop today. Right? It is by directly working, by seeing within ourselves, by seeing what arises in others, that we come to know directly this Dhamma. Okay, so what we're going to do is a clay modeling. We got a lot of people here, I don't know, we don't have enough seats or whatever it is. So what you're going to do is that those people who have done it before, so you can sort of, not be in this course, you can help supervise it. Okay? How many of you got? 30, 32. I think, I don't know how many here. So anyway, we'll try our best anyway here. So what we're going to do is, first of all, we are going to draw lots, you get a number and then you will be seated according to your numbers, okay? So we're going to move into the other room and then maybe set up a few more tables in this room. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so as we do the workshop, I'll continue to explain, its purpose. Okay, so we can move on to the other room. So how? Okay, this is what you're going to do. You have your plastic bin in front of you, chair, what you're going to do is make an object of art, an art object. Whether it is an abstract object or a normal object, it's up to you, right? So it's all up to you. I'm not going to suggest something. If I suggest something, people start making it. You create something, an object of art. Huh? You have plenty of time to do it. Simple as that. So when you finish that, you can take a picture with your phone, right? Each person make their own object. Okay. Think of something and then make it, You are not allowed to tell people what you're making. You're not allowed to tell people what you are making. Because after that, people will guess what you're making.
Are we supposed to make something that people cannot guess?
No, just make something, and then later on, people will try to guess what you're making or comment on what you're making. Okay? It is better to make something which people have an idea.
Or no idea?
It's up to you. It's up to you. If you feel like making something, make something as simple as that. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. Don't do it. No, 3% is okay.
Bhante, I go downstairs.
Okay. If you want to do it, you can do it. If you don't, just do it.
Still got my handphone, right?
Okay, take a picture after you made it. Yeah. You have about 15 minutes to do it, so you got plenty of time. After you make it, you can take a picture of it with your mobile phone. You're only allowed to take one picture. So you get angle right first before you take a picture. Right, everybody finish? Anybody who need more time? Okay, all finished. I wait for everybody to come back. Okay, anybody else? Okay, we're going to the next thing. The next thing is, according to your number, you are in A group, right? And one of you would have the lowest number, kind of consecutive number, right? So the person with the lowest number will bring whatever he or she makes and put it at the center of the table, and then the other 3% is going to comment on it. First, the comment is, what is this person? What is it? What he's making? Second thing, whether you can think of any improvement. Third, most important, whether you like it or not. You have to be honest, right? So when he puts it there, all of you have to decide what it is, right? If you have no idea, you have to say no idea. You cannot build on somebody else's comment, okay? So you cannot build on somebody else's comment. You don't know what it is, but somebody says something, yeah, it is like this. So you cannot build on somebody. It has to be your own view, right? It has to be your own view. If you have no clue, you have no clue what it is, you know. You can say whether you like it or dislike it. Is everybody back here? Yeah? There's one missing, is it? Wait. Okay, you all can start now. Okay, so the person with the lowest number will put his creation out first. Okay. So who is the lowest number?
Mine.
Okay, so the next person with the highest number comment first. So everybody will have to comment. That means the next person, next highest number will comment, and so on. Okay? Okay. So the person with the lowest put it out. So the person with the lowest number put it out. Okay, so after you put it out, then the next person will comment according to number. Then everybody listen. Then after that, the next person will comment, and so on. Yeah. Yeah. So each person will have their view. So let's.
Are we supposed to say what it is at the end of it?
No, you're not supposed to say what it is. But people will have to think what it is.
No, do we
Right.
need to say out?
At the end.
Say out, yeah. So they will say what it is, whether they like it or whether they can suggest any improvement. Okay. So your number 18 is it? So the number 19 will comment first, then 20, then 21.
This is 17. It's
17,
mine.
okay, 17.
So
Then
you
18
comment
comment.
first,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Okay. So the next person, highest number will comment in first. What number is your 22? 22. So number 23 will comment what it is. So you have to say what you think it is.
I don't have to tell them.
You don't have them. At the end only you tell them.
But if I cannot figure out what is it,
You cannot pick out and say, I don't know what it is. then you can say what you like or whatever. Okay. When everybody has commented on what you have, on your thing, then only you can tell people what it is and whatever information that you want to give. Never mind. Well, let's say like you have to comment whether you like it, whether improvement, so on. So go down after you finish. Next person. No, you have to, everybody has to work on this first. Comment ready. Then the second person put it out. Okay, carry on. So after they have commented, you have tell them what you have made.
oh yeah, she
Yeah.
should tell first.
Okay. So when everybody has commented on what you have made, you have to tell people what you have made.
The owner have to comment or say something?
The owner will be the last one to tell them what they have made. You can tell them why you make it as well. Okay?
What is it and why?
So the owner can tell people what they make, why they make it as well if they want.
The maker is to tell what have you made, and then
The second one is whether you like it.
whether the maker himself like
No,
it.
whether you like the thing or not.
We have commented already.
Ah.
Now we are going to the maker.
The owner, you can say whatever you want. You can even say why you make it. Why it's like that. So there's no rule to that. When you finish the first page, you move on to the next, and the next until you finish.
After that, do what? After the last instruction is what?
After that, the next person brings it out.
Next person bring it out.
Next person. And then until everybody comment on everybody's work.
This falling off.
After you finish commenting on the first page, you move on to the next one until everybody.
I'm very and a very In the sense of like maybe I want to do
Have you all finished? Okay. Wait for that. Has everyone finished? Who needs more time? The group that's not finished, put up your hand. Has everyone finished? Not finished yet, okay.
It's actually another one. It's more construction.
Okay, finish? Okay, all of you finished, good. Right. Now the first thing is that you have experience, you have to listen to other people's view of what you have made. Right? People may or may not know what you have made. You think people like what you have made. Some people may not like what you have made. So you experience a view from others. You can never tell what their views are. You can never tell whether they like it or not. They do not know the reason why you make these things as well. They can never read your intention. Everybody has different views. Right? You experience yourself. You think people would know what you made. And some people will have no clue at all what you have made. Okay, this is real. Okay, so the next time somebody gives their views on you, you know it is their view. It is not the truth. Don't take it seriously. Don't be too depressed. And don't be too proud as well. It is only their view. You meet another person, they give a different view.
One word cannot sleep all night. One word you cannot sleep all night.
So whatever it is, their view is due to their conditioning. Right? That's all. Nothing. It is not right. It is not wrong. It's not good. It is not bad. It is, in fact, not sure. Right? Their views are not sure. Your own view is also not sure. You think this is the best thing I've made, but not sure. Somebody could have, another idea how to do it. So the next step, which is the version 2, you listen to the comment. You listen to maybe a recommendation. So the next step is to create version 2. You change what you have now and try to improve it. Okay? After you have created your version 2, you go through the same thing again to find out what their views are after you created version 2. All right? Now, version 2 now. Okay? Yeah, you change because you've listened to the comments. Yeah, you listen to what people have said about what you have done. Then you have to make an improvement. So everyone will have to make an improvement to their object of art. In your improvement, you can add things on or take things out. Yeah. When you've done that, you go through the process again. of taking it out for everyone to comment. By this time, when you comment, the thing is whether the person has made an improvement, whether you like it or dislike it. And whether you like version 1 or version 2.
Bhante, can we ask question? Can we ask question?
Yeah.
How come you're so stupid every time people one sentence not nice already, then you whole night cannot sleep? Ego.
You believe in their words.
Why we want to believe?
So what you say not sure.
Not sure. What
When they say you are
sure.
stupid, you say not sure.
Don't say we are stupid.
If they say we are stupid,
Because we are stupid, one whole night cannot sleep because of one word.
no, because somebody say you are stupid, is it?
Somebody never say you are stupid. Say that your design no good. Some insult you or anything.
Yeah. So don't believe in what they say.
Don't believe what they say.
So in order not to believe,
brainwash your mind.
in order not to believe what they say, you have to say not sure.
Not sure.
Not sure what they say is true.
Not sure what they say is true or not.
Yes.
Okay.
So if somebody says this is rubbish, you say not sure.
Not sure?
That means you cannot.
Not
That's it. You cannot go beyond not sure.
What's the next after not sure?
Because when you say not sure, that means it is empty. It's empty. It's empty of good, empty of bad.
Familiarity.
That's it.
Thank you.
Not sure is emptiness.
Emptiness already.
That's it.
Very good.
Yeah. So you cannot build on not sure. You cannot say, if you say it's ugly, you say it's not sure. If you say it's good, you say it's not sure. It's not to do with the ego, it's we hold on to that. We attach to that as being true.
But under bhakti, we still say it's true.
That's why we have to say
No
we cannot
proof
hold on,
also.
we cannot believe it to be true.
It's not proof. No proof also we say it's true. How come the mind is so...
Because your mind attached to something. When you hear something, you kind of like to believe it.
Don't even have proof. We still believe. Don't even have bhakti, we still believe.
You say not sure to it.
I'm not sure.
Whether it's good or bad, you say it's not sure.
Talking already. So I think we go.
Are you only allowed to take the first version? You're only allowed to take the first version. You're not allowed to take a picture of the second version.
Monastery. Bentong, where is your monastery?
Bentong Bentong is on the way to Rao. It's about 15 kilometers from Bentong.
What is the name of the monastery?
What's the name? Susima Bentong Retreat Center.
Sushima.
SBRC. Susima Bentong Retreat Center.
You spell Sushima
SUSIMA.
But then you know Mandarin?
I don't know. I only know.
Cantonese?
No, only Hokkien and English.
What is it? Not sure means.
Buddha Tiêu. Buddha Tiêu. Mandarin is what?
不知道。不是不知道。
What is Mandarin for? Not sure. 不决定。不决定。
确定。
Penang Hokkien. I was born in Canada.
So do you know Bhante is one of
I don't know. I lived in England for over 40 years, so I don't really know any of the monks here.
He used to be in Penang and he
Ah.
used to give Dhamma in Hokkien.
Okay.
So do you do any activities at your monastery?
I have a group like a weekend group only 4 people attend. So it's kind of people expressing their views, and then I teach them the right view, correcting their view. So whatever the views they have, correcting people's view. That's the most important thing. And then I conducted this kind of courses workshop in my place. So yes, Brother Lai and Kevin, 3 of them have been there. Yeah. So I only start the group beginning of the Vasa. Before the Vasa is the old group who request. So every weekend starts from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I think, and Tuesday. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Okay, so this 4 days, 5 days like that. So it's not only that, it's meditation, work meditation, walking meditation, sitting meditation, and Dhamma discussion.
So for those that 4 straight days or just 1 day? 4 days in a
4 days.
4 days. So
But I can stay for 2 days or 3 days as well. Yeah.
there's a place
There is 4 rooms, individual rooms. So I only accept 4 people, and we have 4 rooms. And then if people are willing to share room, then can have more people. Yeah. But each person have an individual room. A small group, so people have chance to voice their view. Like here, it's very difficult,
It's a big group.
Ask if you want to know more about it, ask Brother Lai, or Kevin, or me. Okay.
I remove the base of the flower, so it's planted in the ground. The flower is because I can't do
I think it's not a very good attitude.
Oh.
I think it's not a very good attitude. I see whether you like it or don't like it or don't care, that's why I like it. Can or not?
Yeah.
Can also.
So when
The attitude good or not?
if others view, they are just view only.
So I don't care lah.
Don't care lah. Yeah.
Not sure.
Because I'm not sure what their views are not sure to be right. So if somebody say you are a good person, they say not sure. So.
Not sure also.
But you use the not sure to yourself. Don't tell people.
The first one you don't like. First one.
Okay. Has everyone finished? Okay, everyone has finished. Right. So, so when you go through, you make improvement. What you think is an improvement, right? And some of your colleagues might not think so. It's an improvement. So you might think they like it, they might not like it, Between version 1 and version 2, they may like your original version, but not the improved version. Right? So you never try to improve yourself for somebody else. You don't do that. Right? You improve yourself according to what you know. You can never please another person because it is their view, their conditioning, and you are improving yourself to another person's conditioning. And that's not a good thing to do, is it? Huh? Okay, so you have listened to somebody and you think they have a point and you believe in it and you know you can improve, then you do. But you don't do it just because you want to please somebody else. Whatever they say is not true as well, because it is their conditioning, their view. You have to contemplate for yourself whether it is a beneficial thing to do. Beneficial to you and the other person. Must go both ways. Good for yourself and good for the other person. If it's good for yourself, not the other person, that's not quite right. If it's good for the other person, no good for you, that is not right. You have to come to contemplate again until you come to know this is good for me and good for the other person. Okay, so this round is to let you know, right, that you don't make improvement because somebody says you need to. You don't have to incorporate people's idea unless you know it is true. You don't trust them. You don't trust their view because it is a conditioning. You have to investigate their view. You have to know for yourself. Just because he says it doesn't mean it is true. It is his conditioning. Even though 3 persons says it, you still have to know for yourself. Unless it's 3 wise men, then it's different. Unless it is your teacher, then it is different. Okay? But then you still have to investigate. Okay? So that's the version 2. So now we are going to the third version. Now the third version is you make a small improvement yourself, according to your liking. But you have to do it. Make 10% changes. Right? But you have to make a change to get, okay? So this is the last version, version 3. You don't have to go through the round already. All you have to do is make something that you like. Improve on what you have done to your own liking. Now this is for yourself. Remember, you have to make a change, right? A small change.
Change.
Thank you.
As an artist, I experience there's this feeling of wanting to be the best, wanting to be accepted, not pleasing, but wanting my idea to actually be transmitted to other people. That desire is quite strong. I know it.
Meaning you want to impose your idea on somebody.
Like at first I didn't have the smiley thing, then they say it's work. So my intention was this is supposed to cheer people up, metta, loving kindness, smart. But the way I made it gave people the idea these are worms when it's supposed to be smiley. So there was this thing, how can I convey my message that it is like that, so that in other people's eyes it's exactly how I think.
You can only do that if somebody has the same conditioning as you. Different people have different conditioning. Just like you cook laksa, Penang laksa, how many people like it? You can never. So you have to accept. You cannot reach out to everybody. Even the Buddha is teaching, everybody can get it. And that's the best thing. No one else. It's impossible because people's likes and dislikes come from their conditioning. It comes from people's mental identity of what is good, what is bad. So it is not an aim that you should go after. We can say, this is what I've done. This is the best I can give to other people. If people cannot see it, not my fault. Other people's fault.
But version 2 gave me opportunity to add. Version 2 gave me opportunity to add, bend the mouth a bit more, add eyes. So we got it. We got so I what she wanted to manage to convey.
Okay.
So
I have not get the answer.
What answer?
Is it because of we are trapped in our own conditioning that we?
It's just that everybody lives in their own world, see things in their own world. The world that we have is the world we create. We create our own mental identities in the world. If you read my book, so each person have their own world. Unless you share the same world, then you see the same thing.
We don't share the same world.
No, you don't share because we all are conditioned differently.
Different conditions.
Exactly.
Different
likes and dislikes, different books we read, different school, different friends.
So the only way to be able to mix with people, to have our worlds not collide but merge together like milk and water is harmony.
Our world is internal. We create ourselves. They create their own world. We don't know what their world is. they don't know what our earth is. How are we going to manage?
But when, let's say, I need what I
You cannot be solitude all the
You
time.
can, no, the thing is that you can't share. So you can only share with people who have the same background as you.
Same
That's it.
Kalian
Same,
Vista.
that's it, same family. Same
Same
values,
conditioning,
same
same values,
values, same school, same education, same interest. That's it. So there's actually things called a class system.
So when things don't far away, then we should.
That's it. You cannot, because they live in a different world from you.
Otherwise,
They like lemak laksa. You like Penang laksa. How can you all go up together? You cannot change. You are not willing to change. They are not willing to change because they have their likes and dislikes. Okay, has everybody finished? Has everybody finished with the last version? Yes, good. Now this is the question. Does version 2 exist now? Those of you who think version 2 exists now, put up your hand. Version 2 exists now. Does version 2 exist now? Those of you who think version 2 exists now, put up your hand. What you have now is version 3. Okay? So the version 2, does version 2 exist now? Now, yeah. What you have is version 3. Does version 2 exist now?
No.
Those of you who think version 2 exists now, bring out the version 2. If version 2 exists now, can you bring out version 2? Where is version 2? Bring out version 2. What you have now is version 3.
God.
Version 1, right?
So does version 1 exist now?
No.
Version 1 doesn't exist now. Version 2 doesn't exist now. Okay? Because you cannot bring it out. Version 1 does not exist now. But you have a memory in a photograph of version 1. Photograph is just a documentation. Version 1 does not exist now. So, what you were yesterday do not exist now. What you were an hour ago do not exist now. What you were when you are 18 years old, 30 years old, or what you are a baby do not exist now. It exists in the form of memory. And they are just record. So you do not have to replay your memories. They do not represent anything that exists now. They are just like old tapes. Why do you want to suffer to replay those bad and good memories? They do not exist. They do not represent anything that exists now. There is no past. There is this continuous change. What we were 5 minutes ago is different. Your views now have changed. your views previously no longer exist. So anytime you think of replaying these old memories to make yourself suffer, it is not wise. Tell yourself it's not wise. It doesn't represent anything.
But Bhante, we cannot control the replay. It's an auto recorder.
So you say, I'm replaying something that doesn't exist. So, as simple as that. Then you get real. I'm seeing an old movie which doesn't represent me. So who you think you were is just a mental identity. So you're not who you were when you're 18 years old. You're not who you were when you make the mistake. You have made the mistake. There is a karma associated with it. That is the responsibility. You get the karma from it. But you're no longer responsible for the other person in the past. Because the person in the past is not who you are now. Are you what you were like when you were 5 years old? Can you be responsible for who you are when you're 5 years old? When you dirty the whole place? Can you be responsible for who you are when you're 10 years old? You don't. Because that is the limit of your wisdom. When you are 10 years old, when you're 18 years old, when you're 25 years old, when you're 40 years old, the limit of your wisdom yesterday. This is real. We have been transformed. Just like version 1 has been transformed to version 2. Version 1 doesn't exist. Version 2 has transformed to version 3. Version 2 don't exist. You are no longer responsible for what you've done in the past. The responsibility is enacted in the sense that you will receive the good and bad karma. You all have done good things. That's why you are here now. In the past. You may have done bad things in the past, but whether you will receive it this lifetime is not sure. But the fact that you are here is that you have done some good things. So this is the result. So don't feel guilty about what you've done in the past. To feel guilty is wrong about something that no longer exists now. It is because of our association with our identity in the past. An identity in the past no longer exists now. If you have imagined somebody 10 years ago, you yourself 10 years ago, you see the difference between yourself and the person. That person is not you. That person will act differently from you. So whatever he does, that is his karma. Whatever you do now is your karma. His or her karma doesn't affect you. He is the past. With his wisdom, with his understanding. So anytime you do not want to go back in the past, to visit the past is to indulge in something which doesn't exist. Just an old story, an old movie, an old drama. Right? So it applies to something that is not good and also applies to something that is good as well. That means you don't go back to your past and think of the good things you have done, how clever you were. Right? Okay, how wise you were. Right? But you can, in a certain sense, reflect on the merits of the past. That's a different thing. But to relive the past that caused you suffering, you do not want to go there at all. There is nothing to be gained. Right? You have learned your lesson. You have created the bad karma. That is the end of it. You have created the good karma. That is the end of it. It is from now on. What you can do now. So what do you do now? Just do what needs doing now. Whatever that needs doing, you do. You don't do what you like. You don't do what you don't like. That is going with your defilements, what you like and what you don't like. You do what needs doing. What needs doing comes from contemplation, comes from mindfulness, it comes from clear comprehension, clearly comprehending that you do what needs doing. We can see at the end of the Buddha's sermon, he always says, go back and do what needs doing. Go back and do what's appropriate. It doesn't tell them what to do. Because they themselves have to develop this clear comprehension of what needs doing. So at every moment, we have to try to do what needs doing. We have to build our mind, the strength of mind to do what needs doing. I know maybe 75% of you here or more cannot do what needs doing. You have an aversion to it. We skip it, we postpone it. That is natural because we all have defilements. Okay? So there are many ways, of overcoming that. Okay? So, last thing, going from the lowest number to the biggest number, you have a choice to pick any of those art objects that have been created. You can pick your own as well. Okay? So each group, so the person with the lowest number, you can take whatever object that's been created. Okay? So the last person, of course, has no choice. He got to take what's left. It's got what's left. So you can pick your own as well.
What do we do with it?
You just pick first. So pick what you like, according to your number.
Can I have two?
No. You cannot have two. You can have only one only. Okay, has everybody completed that? Good. Now come the best part. Whatever that you have, pick for yourself. You have to destroy it. You have to crush it and destroy it. You don't need people's permission. It is yours. You have to destroy it. You have to crumble it. There's no alternative. But don't worry about a plaster thing. Just destroy it. Good. Well, the lesson is that you don't get attached to anything. You don't attach to what you have got. You don't attach to the work you have done.
The interesting thing is, it's not about what I like. It's about how that person who has made it would feel. That is my concern.
That's okay. For some people, you destroy their work, they feel painful because they attach the work they have put in. For you, if you think, oh, I've got the best one, then you cannot keep it as well. So it works. Okay, so this like if you have been really attached to your work, then you feel painful when somebody destroys it, or you have to destroy it yourself.
But this is given to you.
So if you have two, that means you got to destroy two. You have to destroy. You have to destroy it. You cannot keep it like that. You have to destroy it. That's not destroy it. No, whoever picks it up will have to destroy it. You have luckily you take a photo. Oh, that's it. Virtual one. That's why I asked you all to take a photo. Less painful. Okay, so what you have now is just a memory, you know. It's not...
What do we do?
Yeah, don't worry about that. It's okay. It's quite cheap. It's a £2.60, £2.60. Okay. Anybody have any question about this workshop or any other question?
I was in US and so I don't
Okay. If there are no questions, please help put all the plasticine together. Take out the paper and then rearrange the desk and the chairs. This is what you need doing. Any question?
Why so beautiful? So beautiful, we have to destroy.
No attachment.
No attachment.
So you know the cause of attaching.
Sunday. So if we go back to the past and
There's no past.
yes, I mean
If you replay your memory.
Play our memory, which it will be beneficial in a way when we do reflection or we do Uniso Manasikara, which it will help us to walk the path by gaining, by gaining the experience of to recall, the past, which it will help us in walking the path. Will it be okay?
That is what most people think they are doing, but they are always suffering in the past. They are always regretting, why do I do this? But it is not that. You only know that you have done in the past because of your tendencies. So you have to work with your tendencies. That's it. You know through the past your tendency. That's the lesson. And you work with the tendencies. Once you know you have these tendencies, you can forget about the past. Okay? That's it. Now, okay.
How do we stay at the present moment?
How do we?
Stay at the present moment without recalling, it recall automatically, but what is the anchoring that is the most difficult part?
Staying with this moment means you have to to develop the power of the mind. That means you have that strong mindfulness that keep you anchored in this moment. Anchor with this. It doesn't matter. You can. What I teach people is mindfulness of the posture of your skeleton. Yeah. So people teach mindfulness of the body, mindfulness of the breath, but the best one is mindfulness of the posture of your skeleton. So you know your skeleton, isn't it? So you know the posture of your skeleton now. That's it.
What about sensation in the body, like I have got?
That is too brief, too short. That's it. So when the feeling disappears, you have lost your object of awareness. So you have to stay with the posture of your skeleton, which will be with you until you die. Okay? The posture of the skeleton, not just the skeleton, it is the posture.
The mind likes to go here and there for, like, sometimes sometimes here, sometimes posture, sometimes go to the top. So I don't have a point that I always go to, but at the moment what is obvious, I go there. So
That's not right. You cannot switch. You have to stay with one meditation object. So you have a continuous awareness. If you start switching, then there are gaps.
Okay.